Orlando Brown Jr. on how difficult it is to switch sides on an NFL offensive line. Hey Chiefs fan, if you don't want to miss any first-hand news from our team, subscribe to the channel now, because we're always on the lookout for the latest Chiefs news, and here you'll always be up to date on everything. There are a lot of theories and metaphors being thrown around about how difficult it is for a lineman to switch sides, especially at the NFL level. We went straight to the source as Bengals' new offense Orlando Brown Jr. broke it for us. Sometimes a professional change seems easier than when the actual transition takes place. One of those conversations, whether on social media, podcasts or otherwise, is the level of difficulty involved with an NFL offensive lineman switching positions and/or different sides. Metaphors thrown around by those who cover the NFL's range from the legitimate to the humorous, sometimes even mixing the two, as we've seen players switch to mixed results. Sometimes a side-to-side movement works well, although the sample size tends more towards a tackle kicking in and the like. Other times it just doesn't click for a player, at least not right away. That came into focus for the Bengals with the acquisition of Orlando Brown Jr. as a four-time Pro Bowler, Brown Jr. And as one of the newest additions to the Bengals, as well as a guy who has been switching offensive lines with a high level of success, we asked him about it. In case you missed it, Brown Jr. joined us on the Orange and Black Insider last week. Man, there are so many different analogies, and you hear guys say it's like throwing a baseball with the opposite hand, said Brown Jr. I don't know if anyone has actually fought, but asking someone to fight in the opposite position is a super comfortable feeling. From figuring out the timing of your punch, being able to step back from your jab, whatever it is, your nervous system, the way you're wired, it's different. After playing at left tackle for Oklahoma, Brown Jr. entered the league with the Baltimore Ravens at right tackle. He made a Pro Bowl in his second professional season as a right tackle and later switched to left, making 3 Pro Bowls at that position with the Ravens and Kansas City Chiefs. And, as you probably already know, the left tackle position holds a special place in Brown Jr.'s heart. Moving from left to right is a lot easier, in my opinion, than moving from right to left, continued Brown Jr., but, moving from left to right, I'm obviously having to change my initial stance. There are certain things I do as a right hand that I don't do as a left hand because those muscles are much more underdeveloped. So, Brown Jr. really got into some of the positional nuances, making each side different from each other. This is where you can really understand how things are different on each side. As a right back, I have to have the inside foot pointed more towards the defender, said Brown Jr., expanding the differences. As a left back, I can have my inside foot pointing at the football, just for the sake of comfort. As a left back, I'm stronger and better at passing professionally, but as a right back, I had to develop timing and develop a different type of game, if that makes sense. So I would compare it to boxing actually, and someone asking you to fight in a different position. Ironically, the tackle Kansas City signed to replace Brown Jr. is undergoing a similar positional transition. Jawaan Taylor was a career right winger at Jacksonville and is now being moved to left wing for the first time in his career.